Welcome to our first presentation of Vickie's Ideas for Titusville. We think it's important for citizens to know what candidates for the mayoral position are proposing. And here is an opportunity for you to hear Vickie presenting her ideas.
Hi, I'm Vickie Concklin. I'm a candidate for the mayor of Titusville, and as I look to the future of Titusville and I talk with the citizens about what they want, I have a number of ideas that would be good for the city and the citizens. I'd like to start this series by sharing the ideas about how we can improve citizens' right to clean water. I know you've heard about this going on. It's important to realize clean water is more than just what's in the drinking water. It's the health of our lagoon, it's the stormwater issues, and the management of the stormwater, and the water that we drink every day. Let's look at this more in detail. Hey, it's Vickie. I wanted to talk with you about the right to clean water because so many people are asking me about that. As we know, the citizens collected petitions 2 years ago. The citizens got all the petitions they needed to get. It got put on the ballot 2 years ago. 82% of us voted yes in favor of the Right to Clean Water Charter Amendment. So many people worked very hard on this. But when the results came back, the City Council decided not to accept those results, but instead decided to protest those and to sue the citizens and say we don't accept the results of this petition. And so what's happening now is over $160,000 has been spent by the city suing us as taxpayers for this. But I want to tell you why it's important. Right now it's still in limbo and we're still fighting this issue. But the right to clean water is not just about what you drink in your glass at night, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're doing everything. But our water bills are still high, is what I hear everyone saying. And yet we can't drink the water. Most of us have filtered systems or drink bottled water. But it's more than about the drinking water. It's about the lagoon. We have a lagoon that needs some work, and there's over 60 agencies working to make that cleaner and better. As Laura Lee Thompson says and explains to me, that the lagoon now is surviving, but it's not thriving. And thriving is critical for the wildlife that's in the lagoon, as well as the cleanliness of the water. One of the biggest contaminants, I was surprised to learn, was the fresh water. It's the storm water. Every time it rains, as you know, that happens a lot here, but every time it rains, a lot of that fresh water goes into the lagoon. So I think there's three things that we can work towards. Number one would be testing. Testing needs to be done of our drinking water, but testing also needs to be done of the lagoon. We need to know what's there. As a nurse, I was taught to assess. We assess what we have, but we've got to figure out what we have. Then we can figure out how to treat. There are many different mechanisms that are happening with the lagoon, but we need to do more. Secondly is that we need to make sure that the fresh water going into the lagoon is minimized. And so that would be the creation of stormwater parks, perhaps 4 or 5 of them throughout our city, to be able to retain and help that water go back in the aquifer, but most of all to prevent it from going into the lagoon. It's one of our major contaminants from what I'm being told by the experts. But the third thing is really important, and is that right to clean water oath. Because the voters did vote for this, but the city has not yet ratified those election results. And I have signed the oath to say that if elected, one of the first actions will be drop that lawsuit, quit suing our residents, our taxpayers, for what we voted to happen. This needs to happen. I've signed the oath, so has Christopher Childs, and so has Megan Moscoso. We're all very dedicated to this cause. There are other members on the city council that are still saying, no, we want to fight this, and actually they're taking it to a third court hearing that will be held mid-September. So we'll see what happens there. They still want to pursue fighting this issue. We need to have this ratified by the City Council, drop the lawsuit, accept the amendment for the right to clean water.
I hope you found the information Vickie presented useful. Before we go, I just want to follow up on the issue of the oath to support the citizens' vote on clean water. If clean water is important to you, you need to know how the people stand. Here is a list of the City Council members and how they voted the last time there was a vote on this issue. You can see that Dan Diesel and Joe Robinson voted to support the citizens, while Sarah Stokoe, Herman Cole, and Jolynn Nelson voted to continue the lawsuit against the citizens. Here is a copy of the oath to uphold the will of the citizens of Titusville on clean water. Christopher Childs created this and invited all candidates to sign it. Of the 6 candidates for the mayor and Titusville City Council seats, Vickie Concklin, Megan Moscoso, and Christopher Childs signed the oath to support clean water. Billy Speck, Sarah Stokel, and Andrew Connors did not sign this pledge. The Clean Water Act can be enacted if you elect Vickie Concklin, Megan Moscoso, and Christopher Childs. Vote yes for the clean water candidates and no for Billy Speck, Sarah Stokel, and Andrew Connors. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.